in welcoming our first industry keynote speaker, Mr. Andres Vicente, CEO, Southeast Asia, Oceania, and India at Ericsson, a brand synonymous with telecommunication leadership for over a century. Mr. Vicente brings a global perspective on the evolution of networks and the partnership that will define a 6G-ready world. Please welcome Mr. Andres Vicente. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause to him.
So good afternoon. Thank you everyone for attending to this session. Speak a little bit about technology, but not only about technology. I'm going to speak about value creation for the country and from the telecom industry coming from this type of technology, right? And I want to start by sharing with all of you that I believe that today we are in an inflection point where we are facing the next wave of technology. And 5G is a technology that is very different to the previous generations because it's bringing a lot of innovation. It's bringing mid-band spectrum, massive MIMO, carrier aggregation, 5G standalone, network exposure, it's bringing slicing, and it's a combination that through technology and through innovation will be able to create significant value. And I think that we can expect innovation coming for mainly four fronts. There will be new use cases that will require higher uplink. I mean, think on the Meta glasses that were presented recently, right? If you're going to send that amount of video to the network, you will require a significant performance in uplink, and that will be very important. But if you want to handle this type of use cases, that will require also innovation on the device layer. So everything related with RedCap will be extremely important because you will need device price points that are affordable and that can really penetrate the market. And then latency is something critical. This type of use cases cannot happen without 5G. And that is why it's so important that people understand how technology will be the enabler of the new business cases, right? Then I believe that we will see a lot around private networks. This is not new, but especially mission critical. Everything related with defense, everything related with first responders, everything related with public safety, ambulance, firemen, police, that will change dramatically, and the type of use cases that you will see, all of them will be related with 5G, all of them will be related with video broadcasting in real life, and all of them will be related with artificial intelligence. We will also see a lot of business model innovations. I mean, the way that the operators will charge for this type of services will be completely different. Could be tailored according to what you need. This is probably what we can expect on enterprise. Could be transactional, I mean, pay as you go, I mean, according to what you're going to use. Or could be dynamic, I mean, you pay only when you need it, right? But it's available all the time. And last but not least, we will see a lot of capabilities that will go beyond connectivity. I think that 5G will come also with the possibility in order to monetize a lot of data that today is owned by the CSPs and will be connected with connectivity in order to enrich the business model. Everything related with fraud prevention plays on this role, right? If you think on all the information that is available for the CSPs, you have your location, they know you by your own identity. They are able to connect your location with where the transaction is taking place. They are able to leverage at the same time several flags that will increase the level of certainty according with any transaction. So that means that digitalization will be accelerated by these new possibilities. And if you add on top of that cloud and artificial intelligence, the industry is in a tipping point that is going to change completely the way we're going to create value for the telco industry. And that needs to be connected with India and the momentum that India is living, right? And India is a front runner in 5G. And India has to be immensely proud of this achievement. Not only because India connects already 360 million subscribers to the 5G network, and this is basically handling 32% of the India traffic across the world, but also because it's the country with highest user profile across the world. No other country is handling so much data per user. That means that there is a real appetite in order to consume new services, and that means that the future is bright for this geography. But coming back into monetization, the way India is monetizing 5G today is linked to connectivity. It's mainly fixed wireless access, the main use cases that is being driven in India. Today, there is more than 8 million customers that are using fixed wireless access technology in order to improve their day-to-day life and to provide coverage into their households. And 40% of those are coming from rural areas. That means that they don't have an alternative technology. If it will not be for fixed wireless access, if it will not be for 5G network and mid-band capabilities, this will not be happening. But this is going to be enhanced with many other use cases, and as I mentioned, they will be quite innovative and mainly focused on new ways of driving entertainment and new ways of enhancing productivity. And then thinking on the enterprise opportunity, 5G will transform enterprise because it will add security, reliability, and flexibility to the way that the enterprise operates today. Mainly, it will enable manufacturers in order to expand and automate their operation, introducing robotics, connecting machines, and driving efficiencies across all their processes. And they will do it in many different ways. I mean, some of them will deploy complete private networks in order to increase resilience and increase security. Some of them will rely on public networks managed by the operators, but with a specific performance. And this is what slicing is habilitating. But I want to spend a little bit of time in basically talking about the third way of monetization. When you introduce 5G at scale, when you deploy mid-band spectrum, massive MIMO, when you do network exposure, when you introduce slicing, then your network becomes a platform that is open to the innovation of other companies, a platform that will allow all the ecosystem of developers to develop new applications using this type of capabilities, low latency, higher bandwidth, on-demand differentiated connectivity. And that is the reason of why we are also promoting a joint venture, which is called Aduna, with some of the leading CSPs of the world. So Ericsson was the promoter of Aduna together with some of the big operators across the world. From India, both Jio and Airtel are equity partners of this joint venture. And what Aduna is going to build is a single platform with common APIs that will have global reach from a connectivity perspective, and that will be able to guarantee that through a single connection, you can deliver any application in any market of the world that will work seamless on the network that is plugged into. And this is due to the fact that it's built through a standard that is called Camara. And that standard will provide that seamless connection, and through that seamless connection, there will be hyperscalers coming into this space, CPaaS players coming into this space, independent software vendors coming into this space, and also system integrators. And all of them will create use cases that will leverage this type of connectivity with worldwide scale, and that will revert on more value creation to the operators. I think that this is really what will change the scope and the value creation of 5G. And this is not very different to what happened in 4G. 4G has been monetized intensively, not only from the operators that they were able to transition from into smartphones, but also from hyperscalers, that they were able to create new business models like social network, digital advertising, and many other services like Spotify, or you name it. Today, the application layer has eight times more value than connectivity. This will happen also in 5G. And it will be that community of app developers, the one that will leverage the new capabilities and will bundle their services with connectivity. And the value estimation of this segment is something between 100 and 300 billion for the CSPs and something like 10 billion and 30 billion for the API layer. This is extremely important because we cannot rely only on the 2 or 3 operators that serve a specific market in order to create all the use cases that can leverage this new technology, right? We have to bring on the table the million of app developers that know very well every industry, that know very well how to leverage those capabilities. Bonats and Google Cloud are already part of this ecosystem. They both together deal on day-to-day basis with more than 10 million developers that will create specific services leveraging all these new capabilities, all these new APIs. So what we can expect as a significant impact in every country, and talking specifically about India, this will accelerate the contribution of digital economy into the Indian GDP growth. India is already one of the horsepowers from an economic point of view of this world. India projection talks about an economy that will be 7 trillion by 2030, third biggest economy in the world. 20% of that will come from digital services. India can guarantee that we'll have a significant share of these new services because it has already developed 80% of coverage on 5G networks. And that is the foundation of the new business model. And this has happened before in other technologies. When you look backwards, the UPI system, it was one of the key innovations in order to drive digital adoption in India. Last September, UPI was able to drive 600 million transactions per day. And it's a model that is being expanded today to 12 more countries. So this is what we can expect also on the 5G space. These new capabilities will be leveraged in India because India has invested on the foundation. And I want to finish by basically talking a little bit about our contribution to this country. We've been present in India as Ericsson since 1903. This is more than 120 years. We were the first vendor in order to manufacture in India. We've been manufacturing our products here since 1994. Everything that we sell in India is made in India. India is the country where we have higher number of employees across the world, with more than 21,000. But India is the country where we have bet our future as well. We have today more than 1,900 research and developers in India. These teams, which are highly specialized, they are doing research and development in things as relevant as artificial intelligence, 6G, or network exposure. They will all be crucial for our future. Recently, we have announced that we are bringing the design of our own ASIC, our own chipset, to India. We will increase our capabilities that today sit on Chennai, Bengaluru, and Gurgaon with 150 positions that will be highly specialized on ASIC development. And we are also expanding our manufacturing capabilities in partnership with some Indian companies like VVDN in order to manufacture antennas from India, and not only for the Indian market, also as a hub for exports. So we are working really hard in building up a robust ecosystem in telecom that can position India as an alternative ecosystem, not only for telecom, but for the full innovation that will come from the interaction of cloud, artificial intelligence, network, devices, and digital services. I think that India has a lifetime opportunity in order to position themselves in this space. This is one of the big reasons of why we are building Aduna as well. If we build a global platform that is able to leverage the capabilities of 5G across the world, I will expect that the Indian ecosystem of startups, which is the third biggest ecosystem of startups across the world, is able to leverage that capability and is able to sell all over the world all the big products and all the great services that will be built in India. And I'm finishing basically reiterating all commitment to make in India, all commitment to this country, and being really, really thankful for our presence here. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for him for sharing the forward-looking vision with us.